next show will start in 10 minutes. The next show will start in 9 minutes. The next show will start in 8 minutes. The next show will start in 7 minutes. The next show will start in 6 minutes. While you're relaxing and waiting for the next show to begin, visit our snack bar. The next show will start in 5 minutes. The next show will start in 4 minutes. The next show will start in 3 minutes. The next show will start in 2 minutes. The next show will start in 1 minute.
know what time it is?
I don't know.
It's podcast time.
Oh, is it podcast time?
It's podcast
Okay.
time. It's a Sunday, and Tom and I are hanging out again here,
I know.
here
2
in the
weeks in a
old
row.
studio. That's right. 2
2
weeks in a
We got a
row.
hurricane getting ready to hit the West Coast.
You got to go to work today,
I got to
don't
go to
you?
work, and it's just one of those things.
Well, California needs the rain, I guess. I don't know.
I guess I need the rain, but the way it's going to be coming at them, it's going to be torrential rain.
The thing about it is, it's mudslides all over the place when that happens.
I know. There's your first caller, but anyway, I don't know. I mean, who knows what it's going to do? I mean, who knows what it's going to do? I haven't been looking at it lately. I know it's supposed to hit Mexico or something, or around 5 o'clock or something like that. So
She'll answer the phone.
I don't care. Go ahead and answer it. I don't care.
Hello, who is it?
Oh, they hung up.
They hung up.
They hung up. They hung up before you.
Well, our buddy Ryan's going to be calling in.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
and we're going to talk about his music. We've got some of his music to sample here.
Oh, yeah.
And a video of his album cover.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
We'll be doing that. So
Well-
how's your week been?
It's been hectic. It's
Yeah.
been one of those weeks where you just wish you had something else to do. You know, just it's just one of those things.
I'll have nothing to do but come in here and play.
It's just one of those things.
Well,
you
I
know?
do work at church on Sundays, so I guess I do work.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do. You do.
Yeah,
But you didn't work today.
I did.
Oh, you did.
I had to work the last 2 weeks in a row because the other people that alternate with us on Sunday, they were out of town for a couple of weeks.
Right.
And so we did it for 2 weeks, and then they'll do it next time.
Oh.
So, but
Well,
it's
good.
my part.
That was probably Ryan calling because it is 2:45.
It is.
Yeah,
Oh, it is. Oh,
that was probably him calling.
let me text him. And say,
Yeah, that was probably him calling.
Oh.
So that's why you should have answered it. But we're waiting for a phone call from our good buddy Ryan DeHughes, who's got a new album out,
There he is.
which is up on the screen right now. It's called.
Hello, who is this?
This is Ryan D. Hayes.
Ryan DeHayes is calling.
How you doing, bud?
So his
That's a name that Tom gave me.
That's a running joke.
it is a running joke. It is a running
Since
joke.
2012,
Is it that old? But this album, but this album I've got on the screen right now is your new album, Private Parlor.
Yep,
Paula.
changed my name to D. Hughes.
D. Hughes.
We changed the name to D. Hughes.
Right,
Good.
which you should have done. Which you should have done.
But he has taken the time to call us today because he's sitting by the pool, right?
Oh, poolside.
Yeah, I've got a
Yeah,
couple of friends over. Yeah.
Yeah, you wearing your Speedo and you ready to jump in the water.
No Speedo, but just some regular American palm tree printed swim trunks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's even better. That's even better. So
The daytime party is flowing with champagne-filled coconuts.
wow,
Wow.
mercy. Are you in the shade? Or are you in the sun? You must be in the sun because you're talking. Wow.
Right now, I'm actually in the shade, but my legs are in the sun, so I have the best of both worlds.
So you get this bizarre sunburn, is what it
No,
amounts to.
hey, don't get too much sun now. You don't wanna get
So we
skin
we
cancer.
just wanted to do a quick follow up and show everybody what
Yeah.
your new release. There's the album cover. There's kind of what it looks like, and what was supposed to be playing there in the middle was your video, but Al couldn't get it to work. Right?
No,
So,
I've got his music right here.
so I need you guys' music, but the video, and yeah.
Yep,
So
we can get away with about 4 seconds of it before they shut us down.
yeah, that's right.
Well, if we talk over, they won't notice. It's a great album.
Now is that the title cut? Would that be the single release if they were still
It
doing
was
that?
a single. It was a single.
It was
yes.
a single,
And
okay.
like I mentioned to you last week, that thing keeps bringing in 1,000 streams a week on Spotify. Doing well on there.
That's good. That's good. Now tell us again what the platforms are. We can actually hear this wonderful album
Yes,
on.
this very bossa Sergio Mendes meets modern lounge kind of album is available on YouTube Music, Amazon Music, Spotify, of course, as we just mentioned, Apple Music, I believe it's called. Bandcamp, anything you can think of, it's
Wow.
it's there.
Wow. Now your label's out of Belgium. Is that correct? Is Freak?
Yes, they are a Belgian and French label, but
Okay.
they are out of Brussels.
Oh, Brussels. Okay.
Freaksville Records.
Freaksville. Yeah. Yeah. I visited their site the other weekend. They got quite a few artists actually, including yourself, of course.
Yes, I think they've even cut a few sides with a young lady named April March, whose music I knew of before I ever heard of Freaksville, because her stuff is played in Tarantino films.
Well, there you go. There you go. That's good.
April March. That's a great name.
Oh, now you can't help but wonder whether that's a real name.
I
or
know
not.
it's probably a stage.
It's probably
name.
a stage name.
Yeah. That's it.
Just like Ryan D. Hayes is his real name. No, I'm kidding. Well, Ryan, we know your pull side. We just want to just re-up and show everybody what your album cover looked like, because we didn't have it last week and we feel bad about that. So there it is.
Well, I appreciate it.
Again?
And before I hang up, I just want to mention something that
Sure.
Al was talking to me about a little while ago, and that maybe this is a good time to bring it up while I'm still here for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Sadly, the passing of legendary radio personality Don Kennedy.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
You know, I've got some images here. Tom's going to pull up, but yeah, he was. You know, he was just a good friend. I've known him a long time, and he had the syndicated show, Big Band Jump.
Yeah, known as Officer Don Kennedy.
That image there is when he was at WSB, host of the Popeye Club.
Yeah.
You know.
There's a few pictures on my phone which I wish I'd have pulled up now, because it's got Ryan and
I've got the
Don
same
together.
pictures, yeah.
And
Yes.
we certainly could have pulled those up. And,
But he was on the Popeye Club from 1956 to 1970.
Wow.
And
Wow.
and during that time, did you know Ryan? He owned a radio station here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
WKLS, Music with Class. It was a classical station, and the K stand for Kennedy.
Wow.
Right.
And he ran that station for years, and then sold it to iHeartRadio years ago.
And his fame and notoriety only grew from there. I know him even sitting up in Michigan from his nationally syndicated, I believe, radio program for years and years that had a peculiar name, but I think it was called Hubbard's Cupboard. Is that right? It was all big band music.
Is that right, Tom? I'm not too sure.
I'm not
I
sure
bel-
either, but that's
I
probably
believe
true.
it was. If somebody knows, mention in the comments or call in. But I don't think I'm crazy. I know Don Kennedy
Yeah.
hosted a nationally syndicated radio show that ended in the word cupboard, and I think it was Hubbard's Cupboard with Don
Hubbard's
Kennedy.
Cupboard.
Yeah.
And he would do all big band and jazz and Sinatra type stuff. And I thought, wow, it'd be neat to meet him someday. And then one night, years later, I'm watching Adult Swim, thinking, wow, that voice sure sounds familiar. And there's Don Kennedy doing the craziest, wackiest promos and bumpers for Adult Swim that are to die for. And it was so awesome to get to go and visit him with you guys and share with him some of the videos he hadn't even seen, because he's not up late watching his own stuff on Adult Swim.
He didn't get it.
He didn't know what it was all about. He just.
I think, but didn't he do? He did the voices in Space Ghost.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
And
he-
he made appearances, on Aqua Teen Hunger Force
Yeah.
on a show or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a lot of stuff.
He began doing the Big Band Jump in 1986.
Wow.
And he syndicated. You know, he was on Sirius satellite radio for a while too.
Was he really?
On the 40s channel?
Was he really?
Yeah, they
Didn't
ran
know, was
his-
it Big Band Jump? Or
Big
was it-
Band Jump. They ran a show on the weekends, commercial free, of course.
Yeah.
Hey Ryan, I've got here's a. Can you punch up a picture of Don?
There's a picture down on the screen right
Here's
now.
a promo. You know, I worked for a Music of Your Life station. That's actually how I met Ryan years ago. And we carried Big Band Jump on the radio station on the weekends. And I saved all the shows on CD. He sent those out on CD. And here's a promo I see.
The music of the big bands isn't confined to the 40s. On the next Big Band Jump, we offer the big band style, vocals, and instrumentals from the last decade, along with the stories behind the recordings, the last decade, on the next Big Band Jump. And you're invited.
We're invited. I like how he said decade first time. Decade.
Yeah.
Decade.
He was. You know, I love the show. I have them all. I listen
What
to
a
them from time
great
to time.
voice. What a great voice. That just takes me right back to his late night TCM. I'm not TCM, but Turner promos for the swim. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. Listen.
It's music of and associated with the big bands. I'm Don Kennedy. On this big band jump, we listen to instrumental and some varied vocal versions of the music brought to prominence by
Now,
Frank
now,
Sinatra.
Ryan, didn't you give him some of your albums, or had you made those particular albums for Pat Boone's label at that point?
Oh, sure. I gave him both of my albums with
Yeah.
Boone's organization. Yeah,
Yeah,
all that big band stuff.
And I'm sure he played some of them. I wish we had those.
I know he did. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's great.
But he was a great friend, and he's missed. He passed away in June 29th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
He had a stroke in 2015, I believe, and then he developed dementia. I guess that's what got him.
Yeah.
You know, good guy.
Did we meet his missus too? Was his missus with him that day?
Yes.
He was there.
Yeah.
And is she still with us?
You know, Ryan, I don't know. I hope so. I'm not really sure. She was so sweet. You know, I have.
Yes, she was.
I have a CD that the last time we were there, Don signed for me. See
Yeah.
there?
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is in living color.
Big band magic. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's he's a great guy. I also have, Ryan, I have 2 of your CDs here. Remember these?
I sure do.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. He's out by the pool, and he doesn't even know. He can't see us.
That's
so.
true. I held up.
He can't out
Yeah.
and see us.
Hey, thanks for playing
Yeah,
along. I
knew
appreciate
it.
that.
I knew it. All right, so Ryan,
Well,
thank you.
I don't need to see him. I remember him.
Yeah, well, thank you for your time today. I appreciate that. And you,
Oh yeah.
you
Well, thank you.
don't forget to get out of the sun and make sure you get that sunburn just right. All right, do you
Yeah, that's
sunburn
gonna
easily?
happen.
Do you sunburn easily?
No, I can be out for an hour or a little more before it starts to get a little red because I tan daily as soon as April comes around.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, it's been hot here. I'm ready for cooler weather.
Yeah, what's going to be in the 90s?
Oh,
and
next
triple
week.
digits.
Oh, this week,
so,
I should say. Yeah.
So hopefully it's cooler up there where you're at, Brian.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's 90 today, so not much better.
Ah. See, they get snow in the wintertime. We don't.
That's true. At least
We sure
you
do sometimes,
Yeah.
but it's not like Colorado. The lakes protect us from the really, really bad stuff.
Colorado. Yeah.
All right, you enjoy the rest of your day by the pool.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, gentlemen. It's great catching up with you as always, and we'll be talking soon.
All right. Thank
Okay,
you so
Ryan.
much, Ryan.
See you, buddy. Bye.
Okay, buddy.
Take care. Bye.
So,
Great guy.
like I said, Ryan's album is currently available, and I encourage all
I
of you
encourage
to.
you. It is a really good album.
To go out and seek it. There's what the cover
It's
looks like.
quality. It's quality music. It's
And
just, you know.
it sounds good, and Brian's a good-looking kid, so
Yes.
you know, I wish him well, wish him the best. I hope he doesn't get sunburned too bad though. By the pool. By the
I don't
pool,
get out in
pool.
the sun anymore.
I
I used to worship the sun when I was
Yeah.
lived at the beach.
Yeah, what's
Didn't
showing,
everybody?
showing up on your
Yeah, I
skin.
got these little
yeah.
moles and stuff.
Yeah,
I
that's,
need to have them taken off.
that's
but,
what happens.
But my dermatologist said they wasn't cancerous, so
Yeah,
it's just caused by the sun.
The insurance won't usually doesn't pay for it if it's
Now I've
cosmetic.
had some removed, and they didn't. My insurance didn't cover that. I had to pay for it.
Wow. Well, what did it charge you? Remember?
That wasn't very much.
Yeah, I remember. I
It-
remember when I had Kaiser.
I have Kaiser.
The
yeah.
one year Turner had them. I went and had him take off some tags. I
Mm.
had some tags on my. And he says, "Here, I'm going to take off a couple of extra for free. It's just I'm going to throw them in." So,
Why do old people get skin tags?
well, I don't think it's just restricted to old people. I think it's
See, well, some
anybody.
people get it.
If you have diabetes or diabetes or B's, you're more prone to them, and it's under the folds of your skin. And that's anyway. While we talking doctor stuff, we don't know what we're talking
That is
about.
true.
We do not know what we're talking about here, as far as that goes. So today, who famous passed away? that
Jerry
you-
Lewis died on this day.
Jerry Lewis, my
What year
gosh.
was that? I have to look it up.
It was
I
a
know
while back.
I know he passed away on this day.
He's not doing the telethon anymore. So,
No, he's not.
matter of fact, I don't think they do that.
Who's
telethon
doing the
anymore.
telethon these
Well,
days?
I don't think they do it anymore.
Nobody's doing it, yeah.
I don't think they do it.
But you
anymore.
know, I used to like to watch that.
Yeah, everybody
It was
did.
entertaining. It really
was.
was.
It was. I remember we used to do the. This is back when I worked on a local station. We did the local inserts, and stuff, and they were fun. They were interesting to do. So we did that. We did that Lou Rawls telethon too, for the I forget what it's called, so I shouldn't even say it. We did a Lou Rawls one. We did a Children's Hospital thing, and so they're interesting to do. You make them up as you go along sometimes,
Right.
which is always fun to do. So anyway, so you seen any good movies lately?
Have I seen any good movies lately? Yes, I have.
And what pray tell have you seen lately that that you
since I'm
like so very, very
well,
much?
since I'm an A-list member at AMC,
Yes,
I get to
yes.
see 3 movies a week. But lately, I haven't been going because nothing I really want to see.
Right.
I've been going to the Terra.
Right,
My friend Christopher Escobar owns the theater now.
right,
And I saw Oppenheimer there
right.
in 70 millimeter. Have you seen Oppenheimer yet?
I saw.
Oh, that's right. You went and
less
saw
than
it.
45
and you
minutes.
walked
I
out.
walked out.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. And it's nice to see it on film.
Yeah,
Now, digital looks great, but it's nice to have film. I grew up
Yeah.
around film. You did too.
yeah.
So it's really good. But I went to the movies last week and saw the latest installment about Dracula,
Oh, really?
Nosferatu,
Was it called this?
The Voyage of the Last Demeter. Now, the ship was en route to London, and of course, it had these crates on it of soil, and also Nosferatu, the
Right,
vampire, was in
right.
the crate.
Correct.
But he gets loose on the ship,
Right.
and he basically just kills everybody on the ship. The ship is loaded with livestock too, because it's going to be months traveling.
Nice guy.
And but he killed the livestock. It really doesn't show that, but and then he started killing the humans on the ship, going after them.
He got hungry.
But
Don't tell everybody the plot though.
but the look of the vampire.
Spoiler
changed.
alert.
It changed with Gary Oldman in Dracula.
Yeah, it did.
There's a picture of Gary. There he is. See him?
Well, I don't know if it's Gary Oldman, but
I got one that says Ullman on it, but he's the one. And after Gary Ullman did Dracula, the whole image of him changed to more sinister and not just.
so is that the
the
Gary?
Bela
No, that's not the
Lugosi.
Gary Oldman image. That wasn't the Gary.
No, let's see here. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah. Anyway,
But anyway, just go back. It's really a good movie. I highly recommend it. The cinematography is great,
Yeah.
and what I like about it, there's storms in the ocean, and it just drips in beauty. It really does.
Yeah.
It's really good. This
That's not Gary Oldman.
no, he's one of the stars of the movie, and he's on the ship, and he's a doctor.
Right.
And this girl here, she was on the ship, but she was in a coffin. She turned out she was the
She's like a
vampires-
Winfield.
She's like a Winfield, the female
Winfield,
version. And she warns them that there's danger on the ship. And so she has been drained of blood, so they do a transfusion and bring her back to
Well,
life.
don't give away too much
Well,
of the plot.
okay. And this image here, all right, here's the stars. This
From
guy
left,
here-
from right to left, or left to right,
right
left to right.
Here's one of the actors on the ship. I forget his name.
The
I'd have
black
to
and
look.
white image.
Yes, and the middle picture, the guy with the glasses, he's the captain on the ship,
Okay.
and he's really good.
Right.
And there's the girl that's the female Winfield,
Right.
and this guy right here, he's the one that's in the Drac suit.
Yeah.
He's the one that Well, it's probably CGI, but he's doing the moves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so and there's
Okay.
that's the one sheet for the.
All right. Cool.
And let's see what else do we have there?
All you got is a trailer. Which
Yeah, well, show the picture of the director.
oh, well, I
There
didn't-
he is.
I didn't want to show that. But
He's the director. Have to look. And he did a great job. He's done a lot of different movies. Let me look at what he's done. We got a trailer we'll show you too.
what else has he done though?
I'm going to tell you.
But you got to look it up first.
Well, the movie was shot in Germany. It's not an American production. Let's see. Ta-da-ta-ta. All right. The director is Andre Overhaul. Isn't that a great name? Overdahl. Andre Overdahl.
I thought you said
My bad.
overalls.
No, Andre Overdahl is his name.
Overdahl.
Let's see here. Some other things he's done. Let me see here.
Did he do Uncle Croc's Block?
What?
No.
What is that?
I'm just filling time.
I know, but what is it? What are you talking about?
Uncle Croc's Block with Charles Nelson Riley. Yeah.
He.
But he's not an American director, obviously.
No.
He's a foreign film guy,
But well, he.
as it were.
Right. Well, basically, the crew is sailing from Carpathia to England, and they
Right.
find they're carrying on a very dangerous cargo.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and so it is based on the single chapter, "The Captain's Log" from Bram Stoker's Dracula, in 1897. Because there was another version of Dracula that came out. It was called Nosferatu in the 70s, where Klaus Kinski played
Right.
the vampire.
I remember that.
And he was on that movie took place on a ship, but this one is much more sinister
Yeah.
than because you slowly see the people on the ship meet their demise,
No. Okay.
and they even have a dog on here that doesn't make it.
Well, I'd be willing to bet that movie's not in the theaters very long. It's because
The movie cost $45,000 to make. Excuse me, $45 million. What am I saying?
45,000. That's pretty cheap.
$45 million, but it's only grossed about $8 million so far.
Yeah.
And to think about it's a really good movie.
Yeah.
It's very entertaining, and it's the kind of movie you need to see on the big screen.
Yeah.
And it's the whole crew is doomed. They're going to
Yeah.
meet their demise, but it's just really
Does it have a cartoon at the beginning? Does that kind of set the
oh,
tone?
you're funny. You're funny.
No, doesn't have a cartoon.
No, they have trailers.
Is there any cartoon trailers?
No.
Well,
no.
who wants to go see a movie that's doesn't have a cartoon?
Let's take a look at the trailer.
You want?
I'll see the trailer. This is the trailer now for the Voyage of the Lasting
All
Year.
right, here it comes.
Okay.
The next show will start in 10 minutes.
You're punching the wrong button.
Well, it's because the trailer started in black, and
Yeah.
I didn't see the trailer anywhere, so I thought that was.
It says trailer.
I thought that was a.
Well, Tom is actually operating OBS right now.
Is that the trailer right there? Where it says black? Is that the trailer?
Wait a minute. No, the trailer right there. It says Demeter trailer.
Is it highlighted?
Go down. Yeah. The next one. Go down. Here, you just passed it. Go back up. It's right above Officer Don. There it is.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's what I said.
That's it.
All right, here it comes.
All right, play it.
Here it comes.
Evil is on board. Powerful evil.
We call him Dracula.
The Demeter, on charter from Romania to London. Shipping private crates. Contents unknown. Out at sea with no land in sight.
This here is Clemens. He's a doctor.
You dress like a learned man.
University of Cambridge. I know my way around the boat.
Our charter has agreed to pay a bonus for timely arrival in London.
Let me show you the ship. This here is Huckleberry. We knock on wood like this to give the eels clear.
Demeter's a fine boat, no doubt.
Something ripped apart the animals.
All the livestock?
This looks like a bite.
Search the ship. Everywhere. Evil is on board. Powerful evil.
drinks our blood. He is here. We call him Dracula.
He's coming!
Did you see the size of that bloody thing?
I want to kill the cursed thing.
He is on this ship, which means that we will never leave it.
The devil is real. May God have mercy on us all.
There
Isn't
it
that great?
is. Yeah.
That is a great trailer.
I couldn't.
It makes
hear-
me want to see it again.
Well, you probably will.
I will, and I'll get it
Yeah.
on Blu-ray when it comes out.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
What other good movies have you seen?
Um,
And you didn't like Asteroid City. You didn't care for
no,
that one.
Asteroid City, and I like Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
You know, my favorite movie he did was Isle of Dogs, the animated.
Right. You talked about
But
last
I
week.
like his movies generally because they're weird and quirky
Yeah,
and just
yeah.
totally different. But Asteroid City, I just didn't care for.
Yeah, not too many people.
I mean,
do.
it looked fine. He had the palette. The colors looked
Mm-hmm.
kind of like I don't want to say cartoonish, but it looked like I don't know. What's a good word for it?
No, you're right. So realistic, I think.
Yeah, it's
is
you know,
another word for it.
It was only 80. I think we talked about it, but I just didn't care for it. You know, it's
Yeah.
one of my. I watched it, but
Yeah, yeah.
I know some people like you got up and walked out.
Well, I didn't walk out of that one. I was in my living room when I
Yeah,
watched
but you
it.
watched it on TV.
Yeah, so
I-
it was digital.
I wanted to go up to the Terra to see it, but I just didn't make it.
Yeah,
But it came on Peacock pretty quick.
yeah, it did. It really did.
Well, it was in the theaters about maybe 4 weeks.
Yeah, it hit Peacock pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
Pretty-
and then it was gone.
Pretty darn quick.
But I did watch a good movie on. What was it? Was it Tubi TV?
I don't know.
I think it was Tubi TV. Murderous Intent.
Oh,
I like this movie a lot. It stars, Eddie Redmayne. He's in the Fantastic Beasts movies, and he plays a guy who is charged with murdering his girlfriend,
mm-hmm.
and he really didn't do it. He was set up.
Oh,
And the whole premise of the movie is he's and Toni Collette, she tries to defend him. She believes him, but nobody else does.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such a good movie.
yeah.
It's a riveting suspense thriller. Toni Collette, she was in Little Miss Sunshine. I didn't see that. I didn't see
we
that.
all
Did you?
remember that. No, wow, no. of
She's a
course
police psychologist assigned to interview a student suspected of murdering
not. So
his
these
classmate.
these are actors, or some actors here.
What I take that back. It wasn't his girlfriend; it was his classmate. But the girl got killed too. But anyway, as she probes the troubled psyche, she unravels a bizarre series of gruesome murders.
Yeah, well,
His roommate, they're in a Catholic school, and his roommate is played by Don Sturges. He played the Sandman on
Oh,
Prime. But
okay.
anyway,
okay.
he has a thing for dead things.
Oh.
So he does taxidermy. He's always
Nice.
stuffing animals that he's killed or gotten
Yeah.
or whatever. And he ends up, murdering his girlfriend. And he pins it on her.
But again, don't give away the plot.
I won't. It's good.
Yeah.
Murderous Intent. Have you seen anything?
No. No, the last thing I went to was Oppenheimer. That was the last thing I went to, and I just didn't enjoy it like I thought I would. But anyway,
Well, there's
I digress.
some good movies coming out this fall. Usually the better movies come out in the fall.
yeah.
And, of course, Halloween's not too
So
far
so
off.
how do you think the movie theaters are really making it right now? Because Oppenheimer is still doing good business, I guess.
Well,
and Barbie is doing good.
is doing like billions and billions.
But
of
what
dollars.
else? I mean, Pixar's new movie Essentials. I don't think that's doing anything. Plus, I think it's on
Was
the
it
Disney
Elementals?
Elementals. Pardon me.
Elementals.
And I think it's on the Disney Channel at the same time. So I think when they do
no,
that,
they just put it bombed in the theaters.
but when they do that, it kind of makes the theaters kind of hurt. I would think when they try
Well,
to.
you know, growing up, going to the movies, sometimes you go to the theater by yourself anyway.
Yeah.
There'd be nobody in there.
Yeah.
They just have more screens to
Yeah,
fill. But
yeah.
what they do, I mean, like with Barbie or Oppenheimer, or they put the movie on 4 or 5 screens.
Yes,
In
of course.
alternate showtimes.
Yeah.
But theaters will always be around. I don't think they're going to go away.
Yeah.
You know, I like going to the theater. And the thing about it is, I like going by myself because I can concentrate on the movie. I'm not bothered by somebody sitting next to me.
Right.
You know.
Although you went and saw this movie, the Mentor movie, and there was this one other lady in there with you, and she sat on the same row.
I went to the. I go to the Web Gin here in Lawrenceville. It's an AMC
Yeah.
theater. You like that theater?
Yeah.
I went there, and I went to 11 o'clock in the morning
Right.
show because I like to go early. I don't go to the movies at night because I don't drive at night anymore. But anyway, so I went to the 11 o'clock show.
Right.
And
That's
I made
late 11 p.m.
I made
Come on.
no 11 a.m. and I made my reservation. I got there at 10:30 in the morning, and the theater wasn't even open yet.
Yeah.
So they opened at 11:45. Anyway, so I got my ticket and I sat down.
Fresh popcorn.
Yeah, of course. And then this other lady came in. She sat on the same row, but she was about
That's what I mean.
8 seats down.
Come
so we
on.
were the only 2 there.
If you'd have popcorn, you could have thrown it at her.
wouldn't
But
have done that.
the problem is if you'd have thrown it at her, she'd have known it was you because you too were the only
You know,
ones
I've
in
heard
the
of
theater.
people that made reservations to go to the movies, and somebody will make another reservation they don't know and sit right next to them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I like to sit in an area where I'll be by myself.
Yeah, but you know, with the new theaters, like especially AMC Web Gin, and I don't know about Terra, but when you do that, you don't know who you're going to be sitting next to because if you reserve those 2 seats, somebody may reserve the next 2 right
Well, that's
beside
true.
you, so you don't know.
Well, the Terra doesn't have reserved
Well, I
seats.
know, I know.
It just, and like your old theater, the AMC Carmike,
yeah, then
12, it was
empty.
like, you was a Carmike. You just buy tickets.
I
and
must
go
be
in.
tired. I'm yawning a lot.
You got to go to work. You can't be yawning.
I know. I got to work.
Did you not
till-
sleep well last night?
No, I got to work till 1 o'clock in the morning. Ooh, poor me.
Wow.
Don't you feel sorry for me? Don't say it. Don't say making the big bucks. I'm not.
Making the big bucks.
No, I'm not.
Like,
No, I'm not. But so, what is the next movie on your list that you want to go see? I mean, is there one on the horizon that you've seen down the pipe? You've been to these movies and you've seen the trailers, so you don't have no desire to see Mission Impossible. But Tom
I wouldn't mind
Cruise.
seeing some of it. Now, when I went to the movies last Friday to see Demeter, I popped in and watched some of Mission Impossible.
How many people were in there?
Maybe 5.
Did you? That was it.
It's set to lose $100 million.
Wow.
They said.
No kidding.
But Tom Cruise made a ton of money on Top Gun, Maverick. You know?
Yeah, but in the film business, you're only as good as your last film.
That is true.
And Top Gun, listen, as good as it was, and to me, it kind of helped save the theaters
It did.
because it brought
Just
people
like
back
Barbie's
to the
done.
theaters.
Barbie is saved the theaters.
Yeah, but with Top Gun grossing as much as it did, and doing as well as it didn't get doodly squat for Oscars.
No.
I think it got one for sound effects or something.
I went and
don't
saw
know.
Indiana Jones: Dial of Destiny.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Actually, I like that movie.
Yeah, I
but it's not.
enjoyed
It's set to lose a ton of money.
Yeah. But when I went and saw it, the theater was at least halfway full,
Right.
and that was on a weekend, I think.
Well, I went to a matinee and saw it. There was about maybe 40 people in there.
Oh, wow, not bad.
Did I tell you this story when I was
No.
when I went and saw Dial of Destiny? I was sitting in the back, and this lady came in with her son.
Yeah.
I guess he's maybe 10 or 12 years old, maybe a little bit younger, maybe 8. And of course, they had their popcorn and Cokes and they're making all kinds of noise.
yeah.
They got
Of
there
course.
late. They got there when the movie started.
Oh.
And the kids started talking. And they were sitting maybe 4 seats down, just talk. Just like, I was starting to get irritated, you know? So I walked over there and I said, "Do you mind not talking during the movie?" The lady goes, but they didn't say anything else.
Wow.
In fact, so they left maybe 40 minutes later. They didn't finish the movie.
Well, you don't take a little kid to see a movie like that anyway. I mean, that won't hold their interest.
No,
but the cartoons with the Minions movie or some a cartoon with animation,
those would they would hold their.
You know,
you're absolutely
they
right.
really wouldn't do that.
You know, my knee is killing me. I
What?
Stretch out.
So what'd you do? Did you do something to your knee?
No, I got arthritis in my knee here.
Oh, well, that will do it. That will.
It's only my left knee.
That will hurt your knee. So yeah.
Yeah.
Your left. Well, you know what?
It's not swollen.
Well, if you want me, I can go to the house and get a saw. We can cut that sucker right off.
No, I still do that.
You know, and that way it won't bother you anymore. You know.
Yeah.
So as far as birthdays and who else besides Jerry Lewis passed away recently on this date? You had a list, and
I looked it up on my phone.
Oh, you did?
I cheated.
Oh, well, see, I thought you knew them off the top of your head.
Let's see.
Because I didn't know. I don't know the list of people that died off the top of my head, and it's really not important. That
Can I talk into my phone?
That you that you remember everything.
Today in history, what?
That you remember everything. You can't remember everything unless you're, of course, our good friend Chance Bartels, which he remembers everything. So,
Viking 1 was launched on this day to Mars.
Oh, Viking 1.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to that? Did it crash? Is it still searching for Mars?
It was launched on this day in 1975.
Yeah. And where's it?
I think it finally ran out of power.
Yeah, but where's it at today, I wonder?
It's just sitting on Mars. You know? It's just sitting on Mars.
Wow. The Martians won't like that. They might attack us. That's probably what made War of the Worlds happen.
And people that died on this day, let's see.
Do you need a drum roll?
Don King. Remember him? He was a boxing promoter.
Oh, yeah.
Remember him?
Yes. Of course.
Let's see here. Phyllis Diller died on this day in 2012.
Wow.
Yeah. She was funny, you know?
She was.
You know, I was watching TCM the other day. They were running movies with Bob Hope.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the early Bob Hope movies, the ones with Bing Crosby and the Road Pictures and Dorothy Lamour.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones he made in the 60s are just dreadful.
Oh, they're horrible.
They're horrible. Like he did one, Boy Did I Get a Wrong Number with Phyllis Diller. God, that movie sucked.
Yeah.
Those things are hard to watch.
They are.
You know.
One of my favorites of him was when he went back into the French Revolution. He was Monsieur Boncaire.
I remember that.
Remember that movie?
That was okay.
It was okay.
Yeah.
It was a fun little movie. But, of course, those were all Paramount Pictures back then. And they were him and Bing Crosby were contract players.
You know, Universal owns all those movies now.
Oh,
Universal owns pre-1950 Paramount Pictures.
So they're able to. They just
in other words, if
distributorship of them.
If you watch TCM and they run a road picture, it'll have a Universal logo, then it'll have the Paramount logo.
Right. That's
Universal bought the rights to the pre-50,
crazy.
pre-1950.
But it makes you wonder how they got hold of the pre-50s or pre-40s.
Paramount sold them.
Whatever.
They wanted the money.
Yeah, but you would think they would want to hang on to them and make the money themselves. You know, you would think. But there's more to this than obviously I know.
Well, The Voyage of the Last Demeter is a Universal picture. Now, Universal owns the rights to Dracula. They all those, and so, but they released that movie. I would thought they would maybe put the old logo on it.
Yeah.
The old plane or the glass globe logo or something like that.
Well, they came out. Well, they came out with the that Tom Cruise movie, The Mummy, and that kind of crashed and burned as well. And that was supposed to bring back the classic horror Universal stuff with the Universal logo and everything. And that kind of they lost their butts on that one too, apparently. So. And it wasn't that good. I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't. I wouldn't revisit it anytime soon, personally.
Well, I like the Mummy version with Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser, yeah.
Brendan Fraser,
yeah.
Is it Brendan or Brandon? Brendan. Anyway, and, I like that version a lot.
Yeah. Those are good movies. The one with a rock, the CGI is so bad. Is so bad it's unwatchable to me.
I don't care to see that.
And then you jump over that one, go over to the Jet Li one, where it takes place in China. That one's pretty good. That one's I think it was the last one. I think.
Right.
But yeah, it was. it was, it was different. It was different for its time, and it had good writers. Now I watched one the other day with Luke Beeson, I think is what his name was. Luke.
Yes.
And I sent you a link to that one.
You did?
And yeah, I did. And it's on Tubi. It's on an app called Fawsome. Have you ever heard of Fawsome? FAWSOM. It's on if you have a Roku box or an Apple TV or some type of streaming box. I guess the Fire Stick would do it as well. But it was an interesting movie. It's all in French, and it's called. I'm sitting there vamping because I forget the extraordinary Mrs. Adele somebody. It's French. I'm sorry. I'm not good at that. So.
Did you send me a link on it?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
yes, I did. And it was interesting because they bring certain artifacts back to life, so to speak. It was kind of like Mummy-esque, not quite there. It was watchable, but it wasn't that good. I mean, you can see where they spent the money. You can see where they spent the money for the CGI and whatnot, but it wasn't that good. But it was all French film put up by a French film company. So it was not Paramount. It was not Universal.
I'm surprised you like something like that.
Yeah, it was actually quite good because I saw clips of it.
Mm-hmm.
I went, well, this looks interesting. All of a sudden, I see this old Egyptian mummy trying to revive a current in that time, 1800s is when this takes place, trying to bring her back to life. And basically, a hat pin is stuck through her through her head and it's coming through her forehead. And so she's kind of like she's not there. I mean, she's not dead, but she's not there. And comatose, as it were. So he successfully brings her back. So it's kind of a quirky little movie, but that was the latest one I stuck with, and actually watched it all the way through. But only because I found the English version.
Oh.
The French version, you had to read subtitles, which is fine.
You have a problem with subtitles?
Which is fine. Maybe I have a reading impediment.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
Subtitles don't bother me.
No, they don't bother me either.
I'd rather see it in the original language.
To me, the subtitles were fine, but to me, there's sometimes a distracting from the movie, depending on what kind of movie it is you're watching. I think if you're watching an intense like Das Boot, I know you liked.
I love them.
You liked it with the subtitles.
Yes.
But because it was all fast cutting and it was kind of dark, it's black and white. Is it black and white, right?
No, it's color.
Well, why was I thinking it was black and white? Anyway,
of course, the poster was black and white.
Well, maybe that's why. But you got the poster downstairs.
I do.
There was a lot of cutting, and to me, it was distracting from the film, only because of that. It made you not. What am I supposed to be watching here? The cut, or the fast cut, the action, or the?
They actually they released an English version of that movie.
Yes,
it was called The Boat.
Yeah, The Boat.
Yeah,
yes,
that was the English version.
Yeah, did you ever see Raise the Titanic?
Oh, it was horrible.
It was absolutely horrible.
I've got a poster for it.
I wonder how much.
It to you
no, that's okay. I wonder how much Obi-Wan Kenobi got for doing that movie. The English actor. I forget his name. Sorry.
Alec Guinness.
Sorry, Alec Guinness.
You get forgetful in your
I wonder if he was a sir back when he did that little bit for that movie.
You know what movie that TCM is going to run next week? I've seen it so many times. Dr. Zhivago he's in.
Oh, yeah.
I can't sit through that anymore.
Yeah, that
it's a great movie, but I don't want to see it again.
Well, Ten Commandments, with the robe.
Let me tell you about another movie I saw on Tubi. Tubi TV is really good. It's free. They run commercials, but it's not offensive. They actually tell you how many commercials, one of two.
Yes, they do.
And they're short. They're only 30 seconds. But anyway, I watched a movie called Horns. You ever heard of Horns?
No.
With Daniel Radcliffe.
That's the guy from
Harry Potter. You know, I really admire him because he takes roles that are just so different and so unique. And he's really good in this. In the aftermath of his girlfriend's mysterious death, a young man awakens to find strange horns sprouting from his forehead. But it's a metaphor. There's a reason for that. Only certain people can see the horns.
Right.
And it's his girlfriend gets murdered, but it's and he's charged with it, kind of like a lot of movies.
Yeah.
But it's got a good message at the end.
Yeah.
It's
That's
really
good.
But Daniel Radcliffe is a terrific
He
actor.
is a good actor. And
He is.
And he also did the Weird Al movie on Roku.
Yeah. I didn't
Which
see
is
that.
good. By the way, that movie I was talking about, The Extraordinary Adventures of Adele, a blank hyphen.
That's right. You
Sec.
sent me that. Okay.
SEC.
Yeah.
And that's what it's called. Extraordinary Adventures of Adele, blank BLANC hyphen SEC.
Yeah.
And it's actually pretty good.
I'll have to check it out.
It's not great, but it's something worth delving into if you want something that's to
Right.
watch. That's not too bad. Yeah.
But I'll check it out. But yeah, getting back to Daniel Radcliffe, he's just a talented person.
Yeah.
He's really moved on. I think they were going to do another Harry Potter kind of update, but he
Oh,
said,
they were.
Yeah, but he said he's not interested.
Well,
I don't blame him.
Just like with any actor, I think he would be if the money was right and if he needed the money, if he wasn't working. But because he is working as often as he seems to be, you're right. Maybe he doesn't need to do it. Some actors will do it because it's a paycheck. They have to get a paycheck just like we all do.
I thought he was one of the best first people in The Lost City that came out with what's her name? I got a poster there for.
Yeah.
But, it came out in the theaters a couple of years. He was the
getting forgetful in your old age, aren't you?
He's the bad guy, but he's great. He's great.
You know, there's a guy I work with. I won't go into who he is.
Sandra Bullock. So I'm thinking.
Sandra Bullock, yeah. And he's an actor. Well, again, I don't want to say his name, but anyway, he was showing me some residual checks the other day.
Were they big?
No, that's what was so funny. One was for 3 cents.
Hardly worth the time to put it on a piece.
That's what he was saying. He says, look, it costs them more to process this, to print it, to mail it. 3 cents. They had another one for 6 cents, I think. So it's crazy. These were commercials he was in, and it's just funny that they'll send you a residual check for 3 cents because they have.
Well, they just have direct deposit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's hardly worth the time to put a stamp on it and send it to you.
I mean, he said he had a whole stack of residual. I can't talk. Residual checks, and they added up to about $6. Yeah, so it's kind of.
Well, he must not be a big star.
No, I'm not saying he was. I'm not saying he is. But he's a real nice guy. But it's very funny.
Did he work at Turner at one time?
No, but he works at the Weather Channel. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's just funny that they'll get them. Just like if Music of Your Life were to go to Sirius or something like that.
That would be nice.
It'd be nice if you got some type of check. Saying so. That'd be nice if you got some type of residual check, which I don't think they do in the radio and old shows like that. So,
you're just paid, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
You move on.
That's right.
So
that's right. All right. So, okay.
What?
Nothing. I'm just waiting for you to segue into the next.
I was going to ask you
thing here.
I've got these are out of print now.
Yeah.
TV themes.
TV themes.
I was going to ask you what's your favorite show?
Old show. Old show?
I bet you I can guess what it is.
Well, you probably think the Munsters.
Yes.
Well, the Munsters is one of my favorites. Yes.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I liked the Man from U.N.C.L.E. a lot, and the Avengers. The Avengers theme song is amazing. Avengers.
It's probably on here.
Yeah, it probably is. And the I didn't care for. I revisited Sea Hunt the other week.
That's almost. I used to love that as a kid.
Yeah, I did too. But
I can't watch that anymore.
They're not watchable.
No,
I'm sorry, Lloyd Bridges. I love you, but he was great in Airplane and so many other roles. But no, it's unwatchable. So, and some of the old shows like Highway Patrol with Broderick.
I
Clark.
can't watch
Yeah.
that either.
Yeah, it's just no. Route 66. I've tried to watch a couple of
Route
those.
66. I can watch 77 Sunset Strip.
Yeah.
12 O'Clock High. Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. But yeah, it's just my favorite funny show is Dennis the Menace. I still love that show.
Oh yeah. But I still watch. I still tune in and Leave It to Beaver all the time.
Mhm. And you've seen them all.
I've seen them all. And The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet.
As
Yeah.
long as Ricky sings a song at the end.
No, they're even funnier and more well written when they were little kids, when they were little. So that's even funny. Like season 1, season 2,
Anybody
season
running those now?
3. Oh yeah, you can get them on the Roku channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Or
Roku.
Pluto TV, maybe.
I haven't seen them on Pluto, but Pluto's got I Love Lucy, Love Boat, Andy Griffith, and what they do is on Pluto is because we'll have the TVs on in the kitchen and whatnot for some of the dogs and whatever. It's just some kind of sound, and it'll be the same group of episodes over and over. In other words, if you have a TV on in the morning and you come back in the afternoon, you'll say, "Wait a minute, they ran that this morning." So it's kind of like that. It's kind of like they'll just have a certain grouping of TV shows that they run. They don't run the whole series. Like if you go to Paramount TV and watch I Love Lucy, well, they got all the seasons, so you can start with season 1 and go beep all the way through, no commercial interruption. Whereas at Pluto, you've got commercials, but one show after the other, after the other, after the other, and it's they're not in sequence, and they're, like I said, there's only a certain group of them. It's good that they're running them, but it's the same thing.
I think that's the Avengers.
It is.
You like that show?
Yeah, I liked it. ABC ran that on Friday nights, like at 10 o'clock. I want to say.
Right.
And Patrick Whitney, Dinah Rigg, and they were British, and they were obviously British because some of the stories were just out there. So
I don't think they're in syndication anymore, are they?
I don't know that they are either, but I know that when Dinah Rigg left the show, I lost interest. I didn't care for it.
I always liked her, actually.
Yeah, she was good.
She passed away.
She passed away a few years ago.
Yeah,
a few years back, and she lived to a ripe old age. I think she was in her 80s.
So many people from our youth are passing away.
Oh yeah,
It's kinda
that's what happens. That's what happens. That's the way.
As long as I hang around for a little bit longer, I'm okay. just like
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so. You got an amazing amount of stuff to go through before then, so you can't go anywhere. So you cannot go anywhere.
I don't know. What is it? I'm looking for.
Now you said The Rifleman was one of your favorites.
Yeah, I love The Rifleman
with Chuck Connors.
I can still watch those. I like the early ones though. When I think wasn't he a boxer at one time?
He was a boxer. He was also a baseball player.
That's right. He was a baseball player.
He might have been a boxer on the side, but he was mostly a baseball player. And it says so on his tombstone in Los Angeles.
Have you seen his grave?
Yeah, it's got a little logo of. I don't recall which team it was. That's the thing I don't remember. Sorry, folks. I don't recall.
You also liked F Troop. You were a big F
Troop.
guy.
Yeah, I love F Troop. I really like F Troop. Some of them are well written. Some of them, just like with all TV shows, aren't. Some of them are really stellar episodes, and some of them aren't.
Yeah.
So just like with everything, even Tim Conway had a Western. I think it ran
funny guy. I love Tim Conway.
Yeah, I think it ran for one season. It's called Rango, and that was pretty funny. It ran on. I think it was a Friday night as well, and it was pretty good. And he had several series. Even Don Rickles had one, CPO Sharky, and with Don Rickles' humor, I'm sure some of that shone through to some degree, and that only lasted a season, maybe 2. I don't know. It didn't last very long, and that's funny. It's like the networks don't give the series enough time to really give its legs, and to grow on people. Excuse me. And by the way, I had Woody's for lunch today, which was a great,
I haven't had lunch
great
yet.
sub, great steak sub. So
Yeah, you were going to go to Mellow Mushroom. I guess
yeah,
you changed your
if
mind.
you're in the Atlanta area, Woody's is pretty good. They got 2-3 locations now, so it's a pretty good steak. So anyway, back to TV. I mean, I still like Hazel. No, I like
that was a good show.
I like Hazel, the black and white Hazels, some of the color, but when they got rid of Don DeFore and went with the younger Mr. Baxter, the show's ratings went, and that's rightfully so. They should have, because Don DeFore, he's a great actor of the films of the 40s and the 50s. And he played Thorny on Ozzie and Harriet. Ozzy's next door neighbor. And he was great in that. And he was great as Mr. Baxter, too. It's funny, one season, I watched a couple of them the other day. They were in color. And I noticed his left hand was wrapped. It was wrapped up and bandaged. And there was like 2 or 3 episodes where that was like that.
Maybe he injured it somehow.
Well, he really did. He really did. I looked it up. So he really injured his hand in a accident in his backyard with his chainsaw or something. He was trimming some hedges or something.
Remember this?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the NBC Mystery Movie of the Week. Yeah.
That's a great theme.
Yeah, that's a good thing. It is a good thing. It's not the original thing, but it's a copy of the original thing. Yeah.
McMillan and wife,
McLeod, yeah. Columbo.
Columbo's got started on there.
Columbo was on there.
Yeah.
And, it was really good. That sucker ran for years, for quite a few years actually.
How come TV shows back then were better than? I mean, today,
Well,
today it's all reality, and it's just I don't know.
Well, reality's so much cheaper to produce. Because
that's true.
Even a certain network, which will go nameless, has bought up another company in Atlanta, which will go nameless, and they've pretty much done away with all the original sitcom-like shows that cost so much money, cost $30,000-$40,000 per episode. In lieu of they want to use reality or actuality TV because it's so much cheaper. For them to produce, so expect to see a change on your cable network, which will go.
I need to cut back on my cable. It's gotten so expensive, but I justified having it because I spend a lot of time at home. But geez,
but how much time do you spend watching it? Is a question. That's. I mean, you got Sirius XM radio too. As a matter of fact, that's going in the next room probably right now as we speak.
I have a radio in the kitchen that plays all the time.
My debit card was fraudulently charged, whatever, so they cut it off. So now I don't have Sirius XM because they tried to charge my card and it didn't go through because the card is no more. And I have forgotten to give them the new card number. So which is just as well because I had called them. And this is Sirius XM I'm talking about. I called them and tried to get a better rate because they were charging me like $40 a month, and I got them down to $10.
I don't know what I'm paying.
I got them down to $10 a month for 2 radios, and the call just.
Oh come on! You didn't get $10 a month for 2 radios.
Yes, I did.
That's like giving it away.
Yes, they'd rather give it away and have you as a subscriber. As opposed to
maybe I should say I'm going to quit.
Well, I've told you that. I've told you that several times. And they'll set you up with their retention department, like Comcast Cable or whoever else will. So
it's a pain in the ass to get in touch with Comcast.
It is. It is a pain. It is a pain. Now, I'm sorry your leg is causing you pain right now.
Remember these?
Yeah. Coca-Cola cups. I remember the machine would dispense those.
Yeah.
When you were able to buy carbonated beverage from
when I worked
machine.
as an usher at the Bailey in Wilmington, they had the snack bar, but they also had a Pepsi machine.
Yeah.
It was a dime, and it was a Pepsi cup, not a Coke cup. It came down and you got the drink.
Yeah, exactly.
It was cold and there was no ice, but it was cold.
Yeah.
It was only a dime.
I remember them being pretty good too. I remember
these
them being
are great
more
looking cups.
syrupy.
They don't make these anymore.
No, they should go back to a retro type of look
I like the old Dixie Cups logo. Remember the old Dixie Cups?
Yeah.
They probably made these. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Our friend, huh?
Look on the bottom. It probably says it. This
Oh,
came
let's
from
see.
Hudgens, right? Tom Hudgens.
Tom Hudgens gave me these. Bless his heart. He passed away. I don't know. Winning cold drink cup. Maryland Cup, it says.
Well, there you go.
Maryland Cup Corporation,
Well, there you
Baltimore.
go. Coca-Cola went with the lowest bidder
Yeah, classic.
back then.
And you have some of these?
Yeah. Tom gave me some of those too.
Yeah.
We both know Tom, so.
I met Tom through you.
Yeah.
The two Toms.
The two Toms.
But he was a great guy, big film collector.
Yeah.
But anyway, we had a good time going up there to spend time with him.
Yeah. I no longer have control, by the way, of that.
Oh, you don't?
No. For some reason, it's clicked off. But when we went up there to his house, he had all these warehouses full of film and all types of stuff, and it was amazing all the stuff that he had amassed in his later days that he was selling and going with. I got it now. I've got it now. I've got it now. You can now not touch it. So anyway, he's gone through so many. He went through so many stuff. He had Amos Anthony collection. He had a Coca-Cola collection. He had jukeboxes. He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He had about 6 jukeboxes at one time. They were all restored.
And they were beautiful.
And they were gorgeous.
The Wurlitzer and
Seabergs.
Rockholders with the bubbles and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Well, I've got 3 jukeboxes. I've got one in the living room and 2 in the basement.
Yeah.
I'll sell you one.
No, it's okay. I don't need one. I got rid of mine.
You had one. Yeah,
I had one.
Yours was a Rowe AMI.
Yes, it was. And
It was a good one.
I sold it, and good. I wish I hadn't sold it, but I did, and I had
Every
fun
time
with
I went over there, you were playing Perry Como.
I know. I even had Perry Como sticker on the front of the jukebox.
Yeah,
but
I remember when I was working over at 1010 here in Atlanta, WGUN. You called up one day and says, "Can you play me some Perry Como?"
Yeah, that's right.
I'm still laughing.
I said just like Chance does.
Hey, can you play me some Perry Como?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me run into my car and get my sunglasses. But
I got mine.
All right. Well, listen, it's about time where I have to go. I have to
What
go
time is it?
It's almost 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock here, Sunday time on the East Coast.
It's 3:45, and the weather is abating California.
We're not supposed to get any rain here at all. In fact, it's going to be hot next week in the 90s every single day, up to 95, 96.
Might even get triple digits.
I'm just ready.
Yeah.
I love summertime, and I'm ready for cooler weather.
Sonny is Al's dog.
Where's Sonny at?
He's right there.
Where?
He's right here. He's right
Yeah.
here. He's a good boy. Yeah, it's a good Sonny.
Sonny's a good dog. He's 10 years old now.
10 years old.
God, I got him when he was a puppy.
He's a good
where does time go?
I know.
I tell you what, he's the best Cocker Spaniel I've ever owned. I've had 3 of them, and he turned out to be the best.
Yeah.
And
Third, it's your third Cocker Spaniel, right?
Third one. I had Houston, Truman, and Sonny.
Oh, yeah.
Houston was my first.
We had one called Cooper. His name was Cooper.
Oh, that's right. Is Cooper still doing good?
No, Cooper.
Oh, that's right. He passed away.
Yeah, he passed away.
He was a sweet dog.
Yeah, he was.
He always walked around with a toy in his mouth.
Did.
He had a little toy in his mouth.
Well, it's been fun, everybody, and
we got to go.
It's time for us to go, and there's our music. Al has hit our music, which means it's time to say goodbye.
Thanks for watching and listening, and we'll catch you next time.
All right.
Okay, bye.